giant-killing success in the two major cup competitions made 1994-95 a season to remember for Millwall Football Club. A place in the Premiership proved elusive, but there was no escape for the big boys as Mick McCarthy's men pulled off a hat-trick of cup upsets. A stunning victory at Nottingham Forest took Millwall to the quarter-finals of the Coca-Cola Cup for the first time in 16 years. In the FA Cup, the Lions were the pride of London when they began with a brilliant third-round win against Arsenal in a replay at Highbury.
Here's Van Bleur, just hit it in, they've scored. Mark Bean arrives at the back post, and where was Arsenal's defence?
There was another crock of capital gold for the Lions when they knocked out Chelsea at Stamford Bridge in a dramatic penalty shootout.
And John Spencer, of course, now has to score. And he doesn't. And Millwall go through. Casey Keller ends as the hero. The first save. And John Spencer, Chelsea's top scorer this season, is the unlucky man.
In between the Lions' two cup runs came a brilliant surge up the First Division. It earned Mick McCarthy his first ever Manager of the Month award when the Lions ended 94 with a dazzling run of 6 wins out of 6.
That was the free kick. That flick for Roberts. Webber beaten by Lever. That's a cracker shot! Oh, that is incredible! Ben Thatcher has scored one of the best goals ever seen in this ground. He's got options either side, he tries Oldfield, it's in the back of the net. David Oldfield has scored for Millwall. Kennedy closes in. Puts it on his right foot, and that's a cracking goal from Mark Kennedy.
So Millwall still looking for the lead here. Chance here maybe for Savage. Oh, what a goal! Superb finish!
I still look at our team, and I think if you went through it individually and looked at Mark Beard, came for nothing through the youth policy, Ben Thatcher's youth policy, Damien Webber's nothing from Bognor Regis, Tony Witcher's 75 grand, Dave Savage 15 grand from Longford, Jason Van Blurk, who's had a very good game today, he's the most expensive at 280 grand, Alex Ray with 100 grand, Andy Roberts nothing. Jason Beckford free transfer, David Oldfield on loan, and we're still doing well and we're still picking up points. I think that is excellent, to be quite honest with you, and people expecting far too much out of one or two, I think. For now, I want to win and I want to be successful, but I think you've got to be realistic as well and have a look at the team and say, well, we've done well all season, give them the encouragement, as I hope I do, and the club gives them the encouragement, they'll get better and they'll be a good team.
Following the previous season's success in reaching the promotion playoffs, the new campaign began with high expectations, and the Lions got off to a flying start on the opening day against Southend.
Goodman could be in here. Stretched out his legs. It's going to be an easy one for Dave Mitchell. A tap-in. A total tap-in. It was thanks to John Goodman who got in there, stuck a leg out. Keeper came, and didn't it just fall beautifully for Dave Mitchell? Both eights go up. Alex Ray was the one who won. Doubling up again, and he won it. Cunningham making a run on this. Otto, poor header. Goodman should have buried it. It's Kennedy making a brilliant break and a good run. Alex Ray, it's a beautiful 1-2. Kennedy's in. Great save, Sansom. A gentle throw. Hits in a near post cross. Dangerous. Goalkeeper drops it. Comes to Mitchell again. What on earth occurred there? It must have just gathered a little deflection as it went over the bar. It looked odds on that Mitchell was going to get another tap in. Andy Mays there with Alex Ray. We've seen him do miracles from free kicks. This is Ray. Brilliant! Hit the corner of the stanchion. Kennedy. Have a look at that in a moment. Cunningham. Up goes McCarthy. And it's a corner. Beautifully played by Powell. He just does tend to control the game. Now we got something here. Thompson, can he get round Thatcher? He can't. Again, Ben Thatcher did well. Iorfa did better though. Thompson, Iorfa. It's in. Goodman did well. It's a lovely turn. He's got Kerr with him. He may not need him. He waits, turns. Oh, it's going to be an own goal, a dreadful own goal. What a disaster. It was Mark Beard who made the turn in, but it was Gary Poole. What a disaster.
How do you go about motivating a side that have seen such an unfortunate end to the season as Millwall did last year, to get them back into the groove, get them back optimistic at the beginning of the season?
Forget last season, simple as that. It's a new season. I said to them today, enjoy the result, go and have a pint tonight. Enjoy it, pick the papers up, enjoy what the people say about you if it's nice. Monday morning, forget it, it's gone. We've got Sunderland away. Forget all about Southend, because when we go up to Sunderland, whatever we've done here won't count for nothing if we get spanked up there.
A perfect start to the season against Southend was followed by the first away match against Sunderland at Roker Park.
May for Millwall into stoppage time now. John Goodman in a turn, set up. That's a fine goal from Alex Ray, and Millwall have snatched the advantage in stoppage time at the end of the first half. And that is a stunning blow for Sunderland and for Tony Norman. But Alex Ray is a real danger man. First time, and it went like a shell. Sunderland didn't really get it away. A nice little layback and finished off in some style. Gray still keeping the move going. This is better from Sunderland. Michael Gray trying to get the Goodman! The equaliser! And Goodman points, perhaps at Keller.
Next came a home match with Derby County, the side that ended Millwall's promotion hopes on their previous meeting at the New Den in the playoffs.
Got into trouble there. Ray continued his run to Goodman. Ray's there! That's the first goal! It's taken 27 minutes for fully what Millwall deserved. So already a busier half for Keller than he had in the first half. Goodman going all the way. Goodman again, will he get the shot in as well? He tried, it comes to Kerr, and that's the second goal. Just 2 minutes into the second half, and that's a magnificent start for Millwall. Leading by a goal to nil. Goodman tried the original shot, and it broke very kindly for Kerr, who rifled the ball home. Kennedy goes short. It is flicked on by Goodman, and there's the third goal. "18 minutes into the second half. They worked the corner superbly. Kennedy flicking the ball to the near post, Goodman flicking it on. And a substitute, Kerr gets his second goal of the game. And he's through again. Here's Ray. Can he finish it off? This must be the fourth. Oh, he's gone wide. Simpson forward. Sturridge, an opportunity to run for the first time. Problems now for Casey. This should be a goal back for Derby. Beautifully finished by the Derby substitute. And that gives them some hope with 23 minutes left. Charles goes deep. It's a very deep one indeed. Flicked on, it might fall to cool. Still there's problems here for Millwall. A brilliant save by Keller. Goodman again. He deserves a goal for the work he's put in today. And look at that beautiful play. Gets it across. That's the fourth goal. And it completes the hat-trick for Kerr. And it's only what Millwall have deserved.
A brilliant second-half hat-trick for John Kerr gave the Lions plenty to smile about. But a great start to the season ended at Burnden Park with Millwall's first defeat. It was hard luck on Mick McCarthy's men, beaten by a stunning late strike from Patterson, just 2 minutes from time. Despite defeat at Bolton, the Lions were in 4th place in the First Division at the end of August. 7 points from the first 4 matches meant Millwall were 5 points off top spot. But it was of course much too early to get excited about league positions. September began at Elm Park, where Millwall missed their chance to bury New Boys Reading when they made an impressive start. Millwall made enough chances to overrun the First Division newcomers in the first half. But in the end, Mick McCarthy admitted a draw was a fair result. Reading keeper Shaka Hislop was the hero for the home side, with a string of fine saves. Hislop's best save denying John Goodman late in the first half. Aussie international Jason Van Blurk finally received his work permit before the next match at home to West Brom, but he wasn't considered fit enough to play. Dave Mitchell was also still ruled out by a back strain.
The neat ball sideways from Chapman. But that's a miscue from Tony McCarthy. Could be danger here. Taylor, he's round. And it's in. And that is a classic finish. McCarthy on the edge of the area. Goodman and Roberts. Roberts going up. Kerr tried to hit it back. May come through, hit the crossbar. Goodman! It's there. John Goodman's second goal of the season. And Millwall are back in it. It's a long throw from Ashcroft and headed back by Borer, and it's in. It's Taylor. The 3 front men link up. West Brom's goals, both quite stunners. But Millwall aren't finished yet. This is Goodman. He's in. That's lovely. That's brilliant. That's John Goodman's second. Well, you won't see a better finish than that, and what brilliant approach work too.
I mean, we played some brilliant stuff. It's just unfortunate, like I say, if we'd got a goal ahead, it would have been a different game. But yeah, I was happy to score 2 goals, but disappointed that we only drew.
Do you feel satisfied generally with the way Millwall have started this year?
Yeah, compared to last season, we didn't. I mean, we've only won 2 games out of 6, but I think we've started and played a lot more positively and a lot more excitingly. I'm really enjoying it. All the players are enjoying it. So, yeah, it's only 6 games gone, but yeah, everyone's enjoying themselves.
The goals continued to flow in Millwall's next match at home to Burnley. This time the Lions struck first, but they were still denied a happy ending.
So Millwall still looking for the lead here. Chance here maybe for Savage. Oh, what a goal! Superb finish. He brought it down, he looked about, he took his time, he picked his spot, and wham! Oh, Keller stretching for that one, didn't quite make it. And a chance for Robinson to get the cross in again. Ah, that's a good equaliser. This is Heath. Good ball in, and they're appealing for offside, but it's not given. And it's the big number 5, Winstanley again. Winstanley beaten by Mitchell. Alex Ray looking for the penalty. It's been given. With about 17 and a half, 18 minutes to go in this game. So Alex Ray with the task of taking on Marlon Beresford. Alex Ray looking for his 3rd goal of the season. Oh, and he's done it. Sent the keeper the wrong way. McMinn with the corner kick. Oh, trouble here, and it's there! Forced in by Liam Robinson.
The season's first home defeat against Burnley was followed by another setback against Tranmere.
Now Malkin's after this one, and he's clean through. Chris Malkin, a goal for Tranmere, 14 minutes gone. Now Mitchell, turning well, and his persistence taking him on then. Andy Roberts now with a shot. Might just have taken a deflection on the way. It's one apiece. Pat Nevin tormenting Millwall again. It's a good cross. Malkin. A really positive finish then by Chris Malkin. Nevin. Cross in by McGreal, and Aldrich with the finish. 3-1 to Tranmere.
After 2 league defeats in 4 days, the Lions bounced back in the Coca-Cola Cup. John Goodman got Millwall off to a flying start.
Savage. This is Alex Ray, and wide of him is Mitchell. Now Kennedy with the header. Oh, and the flick through has found John Goodman. And Millwall pounce for the lead with just 2 minutes gone. John Goodman. Kennedy helping to lay it on here with that header through. And it falls right into the path of Goodman, with Sunderland defenders clearly floundering. Now maybe a chance for Mark Kennedy to strike one from here. He has a sweet left foot. And he's curled it in. Oh, very sweet indeed. Mark. The second goal for Millwall on 26 minutes. And it simply flew beyond Norman into the corner. Goodman. Cunningham. Oh, Savage has continued his run. This is Savage now. Oh, surely handball. It's been given, has it? No, the referee is consulting with his linesman. It certainly looked there to have struck the arm of Gary Bennett, and indeed the penalty has now been awarded. Savage broke away down the right, and the ball came down off the arm of Bennett. Alex Ray, he saved it, Norman. Mitchell couldn't convert his chance either, and the opportunity has been squandered. Sunderland desperate for a goal now to claw themselves back into this game. And Millwall struggling to clear. Goodman. They've got 2 in the middle. One of them is Russell. And it's 2-1. 54 minutes gone. Craig Russell for Sunderland.
Well, let's hope we get a few more good results, because the team's been playing well enough, just haven't been putting the chances away.
Yeah, I've come home after games and I've thought about it and said, how did we lose that one? I mean, last week at Tranmere, I think it's our best performance all year, and we've come away 3-1, and people will pick the paper up and say, oh, Tranmere gave Millwall the stuffing, but if you've seen it, we were clearly the better side, and it's been the same. I think the only sloppy game we've played was the Burnley one. We got beat 3-2 that one. I think that was the only sloppy game we've played in. The rest we've been on top form, and I haven't seen a side this year that's been better than us, so that can only be good. Yeah.
Back in the league, the Lions had gone 5 games without a win, and the barren run continued when they were held to a goalless draw by the Hatters. It was a story of 2 points dropped in a match Millwall clearly should have won. The First Division table at the end of September reflected the fact that Millwall had failed to win a league match during the entire month. The Lions had slipped all the way to 15th place. Matters did not improve in October, a month which saw the Millwall collapse continue. At Ayresome Park, the Lions were given a second-half mauling by high-flying Middlesbrough. The closest Millwall came was Mark Kennedy's effort against the post. The final result, 3-0 to Borough.
Sunderland went into the match 2-1 down, and they were on the attack from the start. Their hopes were raised 13 minutes into the second half when Ord hit a free kick, Goodman headed on, and Phil Gray chested the ball down for a successful shot from 15 yards out. That made the aggregate score 2 each, but 6 minutes later a chip from Ray sent in John Goodman, the score from close range, and level the game to give Millwall a 3-2 victory on aggregate.
The Lions were through to round 3 of the Coca-Cola Cup, but in the league the nightmare continued at Bristol City. The writing was on the wall when Alex Ray was sent off after 32 minutes. His challenge on Martin Scott earning an instant red card. Down to 10 men, the Lions performed heroically, but the home side got the break they needed when Ian Baird headed the winner early in the second half. After 3 away matches in 8 days, the Lions returned home against Stoke City.
Witter battled well for it. Cunningham. Thatcher bringing it. And a great chance there! And John Goodman has opened the scoring. 14 minutes gone. It's his 4th goal of the season. But now, Plessis Solido off the post. It must be there, and Stoke City have equalised. Carruthers holding it up well. This is Fleghorn. Orlickson. Butler's cross. Oh! Orlickson. Carruthers. Salino arriving at the far post. He's hit the post. The last opportunity now perhaps for Millwall to salvage something here. Oh! And Savage's cross so nearly did.
After 5 games without a win, an away match at Molineux looked ominous, but the Lions refused to be beaten.
Andy Thompson with the free kick for Wolves. Mark Walters. Can't force his way though past Ben Thatcher. Deep cross in, there's Steve Bull! 27 minutes gone. And that prolific marksman, Steve Bull, has struck for Wolves. Dawes. Goodman. Trying to shake off Peter Shirtliff. Cunningham's cross, and away off Thompson for the corner. So a promising spell this for Millwall. In front of this huge crowd at Molineux, around 25,000 again today. Savage will take the corner. Tony Witter making his way forward. And some sloppy marking then by Wolves. Cunningham to cross it in. Roberts, Mitchell. Now Tony Witter. Oh, cleverly back into the path of Kennedy. Starr with a save, but Goodman's there. 1-1. 6 minutes of the first half to go. And it's John Goodman for Millwall. Cunningham with so much time to cross the ball in. And although Mitchell lost control, he battled for it. And then that clever piece of play by Witter, setting up Kennedy for the shot. Although Stowell beat that one out, Goodman pounced for the equaliser. Froggatt. And he's on his way here. He's got a good turn of pace. Froggatt with the shot. And Bull is there to steer it in. Keller could only guide the ball into his path. Steve Bull with his second of the game. So another test here for Millwall. This is Mark Venus. And he scored. 3-1. Mark Venus on 79 minutes. Kelly. Oh, the break might be on for Millwall here. Savage leading the charge. He's got Cadet through the middle. And more support arriving too. Little flick off Goodman. Savage to Cadet. 3-2. The substitute has done it, Richard Cadet. And Millwall are suddenly right back in this game. The goal coming 6 minutes from time. An instinctive pass there by Savage. And a sharp piece of finishing by Cadet. Dawes. Millwall looking for a really strong finish here now. Wolves on the back foot. Dawes again. Goodman for Cadet. Trying to wriggle through. Good save by Stow. Still they can't get it clear though, Wolves. Cadet to Savage. And Goodman, it's there! 3-3. The last minute of the game, and John Goodman surely has saved a point now for Millwall. It was the determination and aggression there of Cadet, but had to set it up. Fine save by Stow. But he kept going then, Cadet. Refused to be beaten. Savage to fire it back across, and then Goodman with a finish.
In round 3 of the Coca-Cola Cup, Millwall travelled to 3rd Division Mansfield.
Savage. Oh, and he's seen the run here of Cadet. And Cadet has scored. He did so well then to keep his feet, keep his balance too. And to then guide it into the corner. 22 minutes gone. The last few seconds of the game. Another goal now would certainly make it secure. Mitchell on for Kennedy. He's got the chance to seal it here, and he has. 2-0. And Millwall have booked their place in the next round of the Coca-Cola Cup. Held up well then by Mitchell. And Kennedy timed his run and his finishing to perfection.
Millwall's first win in 7 matches meant a place in the last 16 of the Coca-Cola Cup. Meanwhile, the Lions finally got back on the right track in the league at home to Sheffield United. Like Millwall, the Blades have made a disappointing start to the season.
Cadet tries to get away from Galen, he's been pulled, but the referee's allowed play on. Cadet, Kennedy, penalty! Sheffield United run over to complain. Mark Kennedy pulled away. His cross was done well. The arm was definitely put to the side, but it definitely hit his arm. So Mark Kennedy versus Alan Kelly. Republic of Ireland versus Republic of Ireland. Goal! Mark Kennedy! Hoffer with a free kick. Oh, terrific! He rose terrifically there, Nathan Blake, to head past Casey Keller. Savage's ball in is disappointing. Cleared to Mark Beard. Sheffield United stream out. Beard chips the ball in. Sheffield United clear unchallenged. Kennedy, a lovely little ball over the top. Richard Cadet! Cadet through! It's gone! Goal! Richard Cadet! How sharp this chap is! Lovely ball over the top from Mark Kennedy. And Richard Cadet hasn't had much today, but when he has been sharp.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the goal today, sort of like, it was just read the bounce really. And once they sort of like beating him, I was away. I think it's more a case of anticipation, sort of like knowing when he's going to bounce and when the ball's going to go.
Enjoying your time here at Millwall at the moment?
Yeah, very much. You know, it's I had two and a half years up in Scotland, which I really enjoyed. I need to get back to London because of just personal reasons or whatever. And I've come down, I've come to a good club, you know, with good players, and it's been really good.
Victory over Sheffield United gave Millwall their first league win for 12 matches. A shocking run after 2 wins in the season's first 3 games. Not surprisingly, October ended in 22nd place. The problem was the Lions' inconsistency at home. Too many points were being dropped at the new Den. November began with Millwall extending their unbeaten run to 5 matches, but they failed to finish off stubborn Portsmouth.
Skinny surface, it's going to be tough for defenders today, and
Bit of a high challenge there by Jason Rees in the midfield. The referee giving a free kick, which Keith Stevens will take. It's pushed forward nicely for Cadet. He flicks it on well. Cunningham out to the right side. Now then, this could be interesting. Kennedy's ball into the box, and it's in the back of the net. Cadet missed it, but John Goodman reacted first, and Millwall have an early lead. Well, Cadet completely miscued, but as the ball came over, Savage, it took a deflection, Cadet missed it, and what a brave header. Good ball into the box, and it was McLaughlin playing it in. A real scramble, still not cleared properly, and the shot's in the back of the net. And Millwall really only have themselves to blame for that one. But that is in the back of the net, for sure! And you won't see a better strike all season. Alex Ray from the free kick, and Alan Knight had no chance. Pethick sets things moving for Portsmouth, and this could be interesting. All the way forward for Powell. Can he get past this man? Was he brought down? The referee says yes. Casey Keller concedes the penalty in injury time. I have a hunch Keller's going to save this, but don't go down the bookies yet. Laughlin turns and puts it in the back of the net. Portsmouth have got the equaliser.
Ben Thatcher was back against Swindon, a side boasting an unbeaten home record in the league before this game.
Off goes Cunningham down this right side, linking there with Savage. Goodman in the middle, and Goodman delivers the goal. 2 minutes into the second half. Good running here by Savage. He's eased out Kilcline. A good first touch by Goodman. The second was even better. Thompson. The back pass then to Fraser Digby, who's under a bit of pressure here from Kennedy. And the goalkeeper could be punished. Kennedy! 2-0. And Swindon then was so vulnerable at the back, thanks to the indecision, really, of Fraser Digby. And full marks to Kennedy for his determination. Bowden. Scott at the far post and looked to be pulled back then by Stevens, and the penalty has been given. Bowden's cross chipped in, and there was a tug then by Stevens on Keith Scott. Bowden from the penalty spot, and it's 2-1.
At Blundell Park, caretaker boss John Cockrell's Grimsby stretched their unbeaten run to 5 matches. Another win, but not a particularly convincing performance. Neil Woods got the only goal of the game early in the second half. But Mick McCarthy's Millwall could and should have gained some reward, especially 7 minutes from time when Mark Kennedy's cross was headed home by Australian striker Dave Mitchell, only to be ruled out by referee George Kane for a push by another Millwall player. Grimsby 1, Millwall 0.
The setback at Grimsby was the start of a depressing run of 3 defeats that continued in the home match against Barnsley.
Suddenly Barnsley counter-attack, and Barnsley have scored. Andy Liddell.
Skipper Keith Stevens was back in action at Port Vale after missing the home defeat with Barnsley.
Andy Porter swapping passes with Joe Allen. Still Porter. Allen now through the middle. And just too long for Martin Foyle. A bit of a scramble in the penalty box though. Oh, and Allen unmarked totally in the 6-yard box. And Port Vale have the lead. Joe Allen on 53 minutes. Now Kennedy could well fancy a strike from here. He's got time as well, and he's drilled it in. Mark Kennedy. So accurate with that left foot, and it's gone right into the corner. Just a moment's hesitation, and then right through the wall. We're inside the final minute. And it goes Burke, and he's won it for Port Vale. Surely now, Mark Burke, the substitute.
On form, Millwall went to Forest in the Coca-Cola Cup as no-hopers. Forest were riding high in the Premiership. Millwall struggling in the First Division.
Kennedy. Berry in support, and it was a wild challenge by Haaland. And indeed, I think the referee is going to take further action against the Norwegian. He's called him over, and he may be the second caution of the game for this tackle. And I wouldn't argue with either of Alan Wilkie's decisions on the caution so far. Both deserved. Stevens, the Millwall captain, one of their great stalwarts, around the penalty spot for the free kick. Dave Mitchell just behind him. Oh, it's gone straight in. What a remarkable goal. Greg Berry has given Millwall the lead. Crossley stunned, and those Millwall supporters cannot believe the start their team have made here. The merest of touches, and Berry has given Millwall a shot lead. Crossley flat-footed. It only took the slightest touch for Greg Berry, the former Wimbledon striker, to steer the ball into the corner of the Forest net. Well, it was persistent play by Lee, but he just couldn't keep the ball for long enough. Now, Savage, Beer. There's more shape and pattern to the Millwall play at the moment than Nottingham Forest's. In fairness to Forest, they have been disrupted by those early injuries. And suddenly the ball is presented to Berry, who could make it number 2, and has done so. Chettle's mistake, and Berry accepts the gift, and Millwall lead 2-0. 4 minutes to half-time. Well, it was poor defending, really. In fairness to Chettle, I suppose he got the ball caught up between his feet. But once he'd presented it to Berry in that position, there was only one outcome. And it was there that Chettle made the fatal error. Good finish, his second of the game. Phillips has got forward on the left. And it's a good-looking cross too, and it's a tremendous header, and it's in by Lee. No, it isn't, it's kept out. Amazing. How on earth did that not go in? It still could. Collymore, and the Millwall goal remains intact in the most incredible fashion. How on earth did Forest not pull a goal back here? Phillips set up all the mayhem. Wone with the header against the underside of the bar. Look where Keller was there, and that looked as though it might well have gone in, but somehow or other Keller managed to scoop it away.
Did you think you deserved to win?
Yeah, I do. I think we deserved to. I thought we played ever so well. First, it worried me. The first 15, 20 minutes, we were playing that well, and we were sort of camped in their half. I thought typically Forest, they like to go up and score. But our back four played well today. Back five in the second half, defended ever so well.
Actually, defence probably frustrated them because they haven't, in fact, scored for 6 matches.
They haven't.
No?
Good.
A remarkable cup win at Forest was a turning point in Millwall's season. The Lions were through to the quarter-finals of the Coca-Cola Cup. A great boost that rubbed off in the league, as Mick McCarthy's men set off on a storming run up the First Division table. Victory at Forest was the start of a brilliant 6-match winning run, a sequence that continued with a gutsy display against Wolves, one of the pace setters in the promotion race.
Roberts. Roberts again. Towards Berry. Might come for Kennedy. Thatcher. And again. Going for Kennedy. Still with Thatcher. That's a good cross. He's heaved in there. And off the crossbar from Dave Mitchell's header.
A fine movement there by Mitchell. We see him just take Venus in there. and hit that ball against the bar. Really sharp movement when he realised the player on the left was winding up for a cross.
Whittle was up as well. That went a long way across that rules penalty area. There's Thatcher again getting in. Touch now for Greg Berry. Will Dave Mitchell get on the end of this one? Just wide. He's had a really excellent first half hour, Dave Mitchell. He was telling me before the game he's been playing a lot of this season without being totally fit. In fact, he's only scored once this season, and that was on the opening day of the season. But he's really looked impressive leading the line so far this afternoon. Good climb by Witter. Emblem trying to get it across to that right-hand side. But suddenly Mitchell's through. There's a chance for Millwall here. Oh, just wide of that far post. The Wolves players are looking at the referee, felt there was an infringement there, but Mitchell here on his way. He looks up. Keeper coming out and plays it just wide of that far post. A glorious opportunity, though.
Yeah, it was indeed. He might have just made half a yard further central, I feel. But well, Stowell was well beaten, really. Had a lot of goal to shoot at. That's the difference between a really top striker. They're the types that Lineker used to take. Might only get 1 or 2 in a game, but they're in that far corner.
Makes it a really fascinating last 25 minutes or so. Stevens. Well, the Millwall players claiming that a challenge by Kelly was a bad one.
Well, Kelly certainly stretched for the ball. I think he caught Thatcher on the shin.
The referee is having a word with the linesman to get a view from him.
But I have to say, in my view, it wasn't intent. He was stretching for the ball. Thatcher came in.
Well, he's taking some action, David.
Yes, it should be a yellow card. I'd be very surprised if he was sent off for that, because...
Oh, he's sent off. On the word of a linesman, presumably, the referee went and conferred to the linesman. David Kelly is gone. Let's have a look at it again. Oh, my word.
That was over the ball.
Never a doubt about it.
He was stretching for the ball. In the end, it was almost a self-protection. He was worried about Thatcher getting there first, and he put his leg too high. Well, I think this, it's strange now. The crowd are getting excited. It's important that Millwall players keep calm. I was saying at half-time, sometimes the atmosphere here makes them play too hurriedly, too quickly, and younger players in the team are a little bit nervous of putting their foot on the ball and putting some poise and some calm in the game. With the extra man.
Well, that's a good cross. And it's a goal by Mitchell. Well, that somehow looped over Stowell's head. And Dave Mitchell, who hadn't scored since the opening day of the season, has now put Millwall 1-0 ahead.
Well, a good cross. Marvellous cross by Kennedy. Stowell certainly misjudged it. Once again you see Mitchell creeping across the goal. He's so good at anticipating and getting across the front of defenders. Stowell makes a little bit of a mess of it.
Dave, well done. I think it's the first goal since the first day of the season for you.
That's right, yeah. It's been a long time coming. I've been unfortunate. I've had a few injuries this year. And, I feel as I'm full back to fitness now.
A few chances as well for you, I think, before and after.
Yeah, that's right. I wish I could have that many every week. But it's nice to get that goal. And I just think that after that result against Forest, hopefully we start climbing the table now.
How important is this result compared to that one against Forest?
Yeah, well, that starts our run, hopefully, but we've been playing tremendously well. We've been unfortunate in the situation down at the club at the moment. We've had to sell players. But as long as we can bring the young players through and play as we did today with a bit of passion, I'm sure we can climb the table.
Well done, Dave. There's a Christmas bonus for you.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thanks very much. Thank you.
After scoring his first goal of the season against Wolves, Dave Mitchell was on the mark again against Sunderland.
Here's Savage, that's a good ball. Now then, Kubicki is way out of his own position. The shot is in the back of the nets, and it's a cracker from Mark Kennedy. Ellis kick. Says the a neat little nutmeg, and that is in the back of the net with typical Dave Mitchell efficiency. What a lovely strike to make it 2-0.
The Lions' unbeaten run was put to the test at Southend, where skipper Keith Stevens was sent off in the first half, but not before Richard Cadet struck the all-important blow.
Beckford over this, but Kennedy takes it, sweeps it inside. Roberts, he had the time if he'd have shot first time, but Millwall have gone in front. Sansom protests, and Richard Cadet, against his old team, is on the mark after just 11 minutes. Here's Whelan. Read by Stevens. Oh dear, Ronnie Whelan. Whelan is down, and Stevens is in trouble. He was booked after 2 minutes, and now the Millwall skipper is off.
Victory for 10-man Millwall was followed by a Boxing Day trip to rock bottom Notts County.
The cross in by Kennedy. Cadet trying to work an opening. Here's Van Blurk. Mitchell at the far post, and there is Mitchell! What a start to the second half for Millwall. Just 2 minutes gone, and Dave Mitchell has scored.
Dave Mitchell's winner at Meadow Lane made it 5 wins in a row. The chance to make it a perfect 6 came 24 hours later against Watford back at the New Den.
This could be interesting. Mitchell's return ball. And Roberts line up a shot. Trying his best, and it's a good shot. Well, that was the best move of the match so far. Challenge from Roberts. There he goes on, Mitchell. Managing space, can he line up a shot? He does! Oh, and it's the bar! Roberts sets things moving, Van Blurk, neat little turn from him, and he leaves Johnson for dead as he slipped. Good ball into the box, Foster should deal with that, no, he slips, and he's fouled Dave Mitchell, it's a penalty! As Dave Mitchell closed in to surely took the ball home. Penalty is in the back of the net. Came flying back out though. Pass. Mitchell keeps his feet beautifully. He's hurt though. Van Blurk gets the cross in, yes! Millwall have scored a second, and that is largely thanks to Dave Mitchell, who will now require some treatment. Van Blurk's cross, met by Richard Cadet. Dave Mitchell, though, surely gets the plaudits for keeping going. Foster again gets it, and it's in the back of the nets. Watford have pulled one back. Throw. And finding Ramage now then, the referee awards a penalty. Ramage wins it. Keller saves it, moving to his left and diving on it. Andy Roberts the most relieved man.
Yeah, that's right. Casey made a great save from penalty, and I think there was a few tired legs out there. It's quite a hard fixtures, 2 days in a trot.
Do you agree with that sort of thing, twice in 2 days?
No, I think they could either played it Wednesday and Thursday. We don't have a game until Sunday now, so I think it's quite silly, but that's just the way it is.
Casey Keller's late penalty save secured Millwall's 6th successive win. The perfect end to 1994 meant the Lions had now moved up the table and within sight of the promotion playoffs. The new year began with high expectations, but the winning run came to an end at the Valley, despite an opening strike from Alex Ray.
Crowd calling for a foul, referee was there. And Kelleher clearing once again, the battle's still on though. Charlton still pinning Millwall back, they've got a chance to break here, here's Ray. He's got Mitchell to one side, looking for a drive. That's a great shot from Alex Ray. is a good 10-15 yards outside the 18-yard box. Left foot drive, and it beat Mick Salmon's right hand into the goal. 33 minutes gone of the first half, and with all the pressure against Millwall, against the run of play, Alex Ray has put the ball in the back of the net, and Millwall have the lead. And they're offside at the moment, Charlton. Ball breaks on the far side. Robson, he's got Bennett's gone inside him. Good deep cross in for Leeburn. There's a header there from John Robinson. Left open on the far post. In it goes for the equaliser. Just what Charlton was looking for at the start of the second half.
Charlton's fight back ended Millwall's 6-match winning run, but the Lions' unbeaten sequence continued at home to inform Oldham.
And Witter let that one run. Thatcher brings down Graham Sharp, and it's a penalty to Oldham. But I wonder why Tony Witter let that cross run across him. He kept his leg back, and Thatcher fouled Graham Sharp. And Lee Richardson steps up to take it. Can he keep his cool? That's a very cool chip.
Beckford returning it to Dawes. He didn't expect that. One for Roberts. And Beckford again. The ball for Ray. One-touch stuff for Kennedy to cross. Well, he's going to take on his men first. Oh, he's won a penalty. I think that was a harsh decision, actually. Always difficult to tell, and the referee, of course, has to make the old split-second judgment. Alex Ray to take it. He's clipped the bar. Can he stick this one in? Well, not before Paul Gerrard is booked. Well, that just delays things further. And it's a crazy booking, really. Alex Ray trying to keep cool. Andy Roberts slightly hyper. He's running into the box already. Ray steps up, little shuffle, and it's in the back of the net. 1-1.
The third round of the FA Cup brought Arsenal and former boss George Graham back to the new den. It was a repeat of the previous season's fixture, which resulted in a controversial win for the Gunners.
Van Blurk. The cross hit towards Mitchell. Fine save by Seaman. Winterburn to tidy up. Parlour with the corner. Flicked on by Bold. Ian Wright. Down by Mitchell. Here's Van Blurk. Mitchell's continued his run through. And here is Mitchell. Parlour. Turning Thatcher. In goes Wright.
We've just had Arsenal here at the Den in the FA Cup. We've got a quarter-final in the Coca-Cola Cup coming up. We're up to 7th in the 11th in the league. Pretty remarkable turnaround in the last couple of months.
Yeah, it's been very pleasing, hasn't it? It's been a good month, really, I suppose. November wasn't particularly kind to us. December was. Culminating in the Arsenal game here, and me getting the manager of the month, which was very nice. But one or two of the lads came and congratulated me, but I said it's down to them, that it should be team of the month. And looking back on it, I think November, I got Wally of the month, so it's only evened itself out.
No doubt everybody's now asking you, what's the secret of your success? You know, how have things changed round?
Down to players. It is down to players, no question. They've been playing well all season. I keep saying that, and I think people thought I was stupid when we were getting beat. But we stopped giving goals away. And they've played well, and they've been consistent over the last month. But, you know, the debt of thanks goes down to the players. Because when things were going wrong, I think they continue to believe in themselves. I suppose that's me as well, getting them to believe in themselves and to do the same things they've always done. But, yeah, it's the lads that have been brilliant. The players, the staff, the club in general have stood by me and the team. We've done well.
4 days later, the Lions were at Swindon in the Coca-Cola Cup quarter-finals.
Releases it early to Bodin. And finds Beecham, who couldn't control it. However, it's luckily gone straight on to Fjortov. And back again to Beecham. Much in the middle. What a superb goal by Andy Much! 25 minutes gone, and Swindon take the lead. Free kick knocked into the corner towards Fjortoft, who's done well to shake off his marker. Oh, that is absolutely magnificent! What a goal by Fjortoft! Stroll on. Couldn't quite find Mitchell though. Culverhouse always seems to make time and room for himself, and a good ball to Much, who looks for Fjortoft and finds him with a splendid pass. He's got Beecham running inside him, and back here's it straight to Joey Beecham. Chance here! It's number 3, and Andy Much gets his second of the game. Will that be the goal, I wonder, that sends Swindon into the semi-finals? Van Blurk. Good early cross, Mitchell onto it. Well, at least he'll have the satisfaction of being on target against his old club, but I don't think that goal is going to make a jot of difference to the outcome with only 5 minutes to go.
Next, it was back to league duty at Bramall Lane.
Jason Van Blurk. Now Kennedy. Oh, useful interchange of passes there between the two. Now Van Blurk again. Mitchell's in the middle, and so is Beard here. And he squeezed it in. Mark Beard. 18 minutes gone. Millwall in front. Hodges. Good anticipation then. Now here's Scott on his way. And a trip by Damien Webber right on the edge of the box. And that may well warrant a red card from the referee. If he decides that Scott was in a goal-scoring situation, which he certainly looked to be, that has to be a dismissal for Damien Webber. And indeed, he has been sent off. The red card from referee Harrison to confirm it. Here's Kevin Gage, 1-1. And Sheffield United will feel justice has been done.
A point won by 10-man Millwall was followed by the FA Cup replay with Arsenal. Home advantage made the Gunners favourites, but this was a night to remember.
Here's Van Blurk. Just hit it in. They've scored. Mark Beard arrives at the back post. And where was Arsenal's defence? Minutes gone, and the team from Division 1 opened the scoring at Highbury, and Arsenal's woe continues. Jason Van Blurk coming up from left back. He skipped into acres of space with Linnigan hopelessly out of position. And what a simple tap-in. That was the moment when it was lost for Arsenal. And you'd have to say that Keown's attempt to clear the ball looked a bit half-hearted. Dixon's throw. Linnigan forward. Oh! Well, when he was required, he was equal to it. And I wonder what words he had to say at half-time. Ian Wright. Good ball in. Campbell's there! Oh, just wide of the post. What a stunning start that would have been to the second half. They've taken it short. In it comes now, out by Linnigan. And Ian Dawes. Oh, Dawes has kept his run going and found space. Edwards. Beard. He's missed. It was almost as easy as the first one, which he scored. Again, you'd have to question Arsenal's defence. Ian Dawes was the player who'd unlocked them. Edwards missed his kick, and he didn't have to hurry here, Mark Beard. And maybe now wishes he'd taken just half a second longer. Kennedy. Still Kennedy, but he's on his right foot.
Seaman had to produce one from the copybook. Maybe the left foot that created the opening. In fact, in all that cauldron of noise, either a whistle or a flag, which neither the crowd nor I had seen or heard, because it's sure that David Seaman got his fingers to this. Winterburn. Well, he played it in nicely. There just wasn't anybody to receive it. Beard. Alex Ray finding himself in space on the right. He's got Edwards to look for in the middle. Edwards! It's side netting. And Edwards querying why they're not getting a corner. Adams is a target man. Hillier. Adams! It fell right at his feet, and he knows that that was what he was on for, to hustle and harry and wrestle opportunities, and he couldn't have asked for a better one than that. The header from Van Bleur fell right at his feet. Winterburn, the clock in the ground shows that the 90 minutes have been played. Keller comes and claims it. And Millwall support are now trying to draw referee Stephen Lodge's attention to a clock which shows the game is over. This is added on time. And Mark Beard's goal in 11 minutes, increasingly looking as though it will put Millwall into the fourth round and inflict another defeat on Arsenal. Kennedy. Oh, it's two! It's all over now. Mark Kennedy with a sensational strike. And Millwall's place in round 4 and a home tie against Chelsea is now confirmed. And it was always a danger with that increasing commitment to attack in the search for the equaliser that they'd leave themselves vulnerable. And what a shot to beat David Seaman.
Victory over Arsenal was one of Millwall's greatest ever cup wins. And 10 days later, Mick McCarthy's Giant Killers had another London scalp at their mercy. A home tie with Chelsea in round 4.
Kennedy has another try. Wants a better angle, gets a better angle. Pressure on Chelsea here. Edwards! It was a fine try. Witter glances it. Was it over the line? No. Back in by Ray, and Millwall will come no closer without actually scoring. Well, keep your eye on Dennis Wise here. Witter's glancing header, and Wise heads it off the line with Edwards beseeching the linesman to flag that the ball had in its entirety crossed the line.
Just like Arsenal before them, Chelsea had escaped with a goalless draw and a replay. A battling display by the Lions. Meanwhile, a look at the league table confirmed Millwall was still lying mid-table, within striking distance of the top 5 places, but still with plenty of work to do to make the playoffs. The month of February began with a return to league action against Grimsby Town.
Mitchell's jump, that's an excellent one. Edwards picks it up, feeds Kennedy. Kennedy closes in, puts it on his right foot, and that's a cracking goal from Mark Kennedy. It didn't look as if he was going to shoot. It was almost an afterthought. He saw the gap and opens the scoring in spectacular fashion. Lever, meanwhile, gives it away. Kennedy can add to his tally. The angle's a bit acute.
He tries the shot, Mitchell goes flying in. Edwards can't make up for it. A corner to Millwall, but a chance goes begging with a good save from Crichton. Kennedy steaming in, exploited the mistake, whacked it goal bound. Mitchell couldn't quite follow up, and away by Groves for a corner. Kennedy's corner this time. Witter heads it, doesn't know where it's gone. Thatcher heads it back across goal. Still not cleared properly. Gilbert totally missed his kick. Thatcher can head it back to Kennedy. Kennedy looks for the byline, thinks better of it. Turns again. Swings it over. That's an excellent cross. Did well to get it. Witter heads it again, doesn't know where it's gone. And again we see Roberts shooting first time. Strikes the defender. Still not cleared properly. And Roberts! This time puts it in the back of the net. That's his 5th shot of the afternoon. He's been trying all day. This time he got his reward. He's tried with a half volley. He moved over to the volley. And this time he got it right. All because Grimsby failed to clear their lines. Look at that strike. Just inside Paul Crichton. You could not score a better goal.
The game concerned me today, actually, more than games in recent weeks, because we were back to the league, and it's a matter of grinding points out in the league. You know, the big games, you don't need any winding up. Certainly, the adrenaline's flowing for the big games. And while you still think they should be able to motivate themselves for Grimsby at home, it's, with the greatest respect to them, it's not Chelsea at home or Arsenal at home or Arsenal away or Chelsea away. You know, the big games are easy to motivate yourself for. So it caused me a bit of concern today. And whilst we won the game 2-0, I still think that we weren't as good and as sharp as we have been in recent weeks.
Next, it was back to the Cup and the replay with Chelsea.
Wise. Edwards. Saw a bit bunched. They needed somebody out to the left side, and eventually Van den Blurk went there, and this is Edwards. And Karim didn't get hold of it at the second time either. And is not too happy with Sinclair. The implication seems to be, if I do that, you'll get the ball out of the way. Burley. Good challenge by Roberts. Still in with a chance, Chelsea. Well played by Wise. Oh, but it's over the top by Steen. Really good play by Dennis Wise. Yes, onside Edwards. Mitchell going to the middle. Beers further back. Well played, Sinclair. Steen. Peacock. Wise. Onside Steen. Score. Lee watched it well, but not away yet. Savage. Mitchell. Good pressure this from Millwall. Van den Blurk. Didn't get any lift on it when there were plenty of heads waiting. Given away by Spencer. That's a good ball by Witter to Thatcher. And it's in by Savage. Well, they've well deserved it, Millwall. Really good comeback. Chelsea had the lead for just 8 minutes. Thatcher's cross seemed to be people just waiting to get somebody else to put it in. It fell to Savage and off Karim into the net. Four defenders there. Came off Sinclair to Savage, and Savage made it 1-1. Van den Blurk. . 1-1 Good positioning. Beard. It's gone loose. Oh, and what an opportunity for Alec Ray. It's got away. And here's Steen. And Keller goes to pat him on the head and help him to his feet. We move into the last minute. Here's Furlong! And away by Witter as Wise couldn't reach it. Wise has stayed down. Mitchell. Savage to his right. Newton to dispossess. Only to Van Bleur. Good strike and it was deflected. And Karine with the parry. Q on the near post. Goalkeeper gets the punch. He gets it driven back. Shot was by Roberts. Martin Voddenham has got all the other players in the centre circle, other than the two now involved. It will be Dave Savage to start the penalty competition for Millwall. And Millwall lead 1-0. Did really well when he came on as a substitute. And has now done his job from the penalty spot. Casey Keller takes over from Dimitri Harin. And Mark Steen scored one and missed one. Last one. It's 1-1. As Jason Van Den Bleur steps up for Millwall. The NZ League team lead 2-1. Good penalties so far. Dennis Wise next. Very easy. Although of course it never is. Kevin Hitchcock applauding. 4 taken, 4 scored. Now Keith Stevens. Millwall lead again. 3-2. Clive Allen among those applauding. Craig Burley places the ball. And they're making it look very simple indeed. Andy Roberts next. Barely a couple of paces back. Bit of pressure, extra pressure now on David Lee. Well, he wouldn't have known it. All square at 4-4. The last of Millwall's regular 5 penalties will be taken by Alec Ray. (5-4) Millwall. And John Spencer, of course, now has to score. And he doesn't. And Millwall go through. Casey Keller ends as the hero. The first save. And John Spencer, Chelsea's top scorer this season, is the unlucky man. Millwall will travel for yet another London derby.
Millwall have only a few seconds surely now left to hang on. Impey with the cross. Oh, was it handball then by Webber? It was. No hesitation from the referee, and Queen's Park Rangers, to the anguish of Millwall, have a penalty. Impey's cross, up went the arm from Webber. All the pressure now on Clive Wilson but he's done it. Right at the death. The winner surely for Rangers.
The cup exit was followed by a league upset at Barnsley, where Redfern opened the scoring. The home side were leading 2-0 by the time Damien Webber hit back with a well-struck volley. But the points were destined for the home side, and Redfern struck again to put Barnsley on their way to a 4-1 win. The home match with Middlesbrough was one to forget.
Fuchs. To young Alan Moore on the far side. Pollock. Moore again. Robson playing it in. And Musto shot. And Fuchs also in there. And a good piece of keeping and a very alert piece of keeping there by Casey Keller. Be Savage playing a good one in there. And just knocked over the top. As Webber went roaring in on that one. What a good free kick that was. Taken Blackmore with the corner for Middlesbrough. Deep one. Keller gathered it well. And is that Robson who's gone down? Yeah, Robson's gone down there. He really challenged Casey Keller really hard. Well, he's always been a gutsy player. That's a nasty cut there, just above the left eye.
4 points from 3 league matches in February meant Millwall ended the month just about where they started. 11th in the First Division and still outsiders to reach the playoffs. March began with an improvement for the Lions. The home game with Swindon was the start of a 3-match unbeaten run that put Millwall in the top 10.
Thatcher. Finding Van Bleur, good little turn, beautiful control. Excellent dummy from Thatcher. Roberts tees himself up. Oh, he's in the bar. Oldfield hits the post. It's in the back of the net. And it's Alex Ray at the 3rd attempt for Millwall, blasting the ball home. But there are 2 other people who might feel they could have got on the score sheet.
Yeah, I think it was Sean Taylor who actually hit the post. The first shot comes in here. The keeper couldn't get to it. It comes off the underside of the bar, comes out again. Sean Taylor made contact there. Off the post it comes. And there it is, rattled in. A great start to the second half for Millwall. This is Martin Ling on the ball now, and there's a good chance here for Thorne if he could get it across.
Excellent challenge from Roberts. It's now end-to-end. Savage crosses the halfway line. Takes on Edwin Murray. Low cross. Completely missed by Alex Ray. Van Blurk is in there, and it's there. Millwall has scored a second.
Van Blurk the scorer.
And Jason Van Blurk gets it.
Superb build-up this. They caught hit Swindon on the break. Great run this by Savage. Beautiful ball in, and really Alex Ray should have done something there. Missed it completely. It proved fortuitous for Millwall. Wrong-footed the Swindon defence, and there was Van Blurk to finish. And Millwall lead Swindon Town by 2 goals to 0.
I spoke too soon. There's the back pass. Keller, clearance. Evades McMahon. Ray looks for the forward run. And the keeper hesitated. Beard has got 2 people away, Mats. Oh, and he misses them both. Well, that was a poor cross. He'd done the hard work. Beckford and Oldfield were into the box, but it was played behind them. And here comes Beecham at the other end. Can he shoot? Well, he'll cross instead and score. There you have it.
Superb goal.
I
think the referee's done quite well tonight.
We almost agreed, but I can't believe the referee took his age into account. Here's the yes! Here's
Alex
the yes,
Ray.
and it's Alex Ray with a superb glancing header. And Swindon are dejected. Well, Alex Ray just picked his spot there.
I still look at our team, and I think if you went through it individually and looked at Mark Beard came for nothing through the youth policy, Ben Thatcher's youth policy, Damien Webber's nothing from Bognor Regis, Tony Witcher's 75 grand, Dave Savage 15 grand from Longford, Jason Van Blurk, who's had a very good game today, he's the most expensive at 280 grand, Alex Ray was 100 grand, Andy Roberts nothing, Jason Beckford free transfer, David Oldfield on loan, and we're still doing well and we're still picking up points. I think that is excellent, to be quite honest with you. And people expecting far too much out of 1 or 2, I think. For now, I want to win and I want to be successful, but I think you've got to be realistic as well and have a look at the team and say, well, we've done well all season. Give them the encouragement, as I hope I do, and the club gives them the encouragement. They'll get better and they'll be a good team.
Roger Joseph, a loan signing from Wimbledon, made his debut at Luton.
Oh, Dwight Marshall's been released here. Now can he finish? Oh, he certainly can. Dwight Marshall. The first goal for Luton on 33 minutes. Ben Thatcher. Luton looking for offside, but there's no flag. Ray's header and swept in by Dave Mitchell. And the goal will stand. No offside. 57 minutes gone. It's 1 apiece.
The surprise team in the promotion race was newly promoted Reading, but it was Millwall who looked the more likely side in this contest.
Already Millwall have just found 1 or 2 little chinks in the Reading armour, and that's a bad one. It's just wide of the mark, and a let off there for Millwall. Finding Ray. Ray gets himself in a little bit of a mess, and suddenly Reading can move forward. Joseph, though, doing a good covering job on Hartenberger, who I thought for a moment was offside. Keller clears his lines from the back pass, but winning the ball is Michael Gilks. Here comes Van Vlerk, though. Van Vlerk, he's got options either side. He tries Oldfield, it's in the back of the net. David Oldfield has scored for Millwall. An early goal, 10 minutes gone. And he absolutely placed that perfectly. Van Vlerk on the run, took his time, gave it to Oldfield, and the shot squeezing itself inside Hislop's post. Corner to Reading. And is that a goal? No, says the referee. Back to Van Vlerk, Andy May squares it to Ray. Will he shoot? Yes, he does! And it's a powerful shot. Well saved by Hislop. Kennedy collecting from Savage. Now then, neat little dummy. Can he get it across to Mitchell? It's an own goal. Adrian Williams puts it in the back of the net to complete a night of misery for the Reading back four.
Victory over Reading renewed Millwall's hopes of staging a late promotion challenge, but Derby County ended the Lions' 3-match unbeaten run at the baseball ground.
Simpson with the corner. And Millwall struggling to clear. Pembridge with the first shot and the second too, even more decisively. 12 minutes gone, Pembridge for Derby. The last few seconds now of the first half, and it's Van Vlerk. On by Oldfield to Alex Ray, and he scored 1-1 right on the stroke of half-time. Alex Ray. Simpson now striding away. Played in towards Mills. It's a great chance. Kelly saved it. Oh, he's lost it now though, and there's Trollope, and it's another goal for Derby. Here's the substitute, Darren Rack. He's kept going well. Now Rack with the cross, and Gabbiadini. 20 minutes to go, and it's 3-1 to Derby. Marco Gabbiadini. Van Vlerk then with the corner. Mitchell, and he's hooked it through. It's 3-2. But is it too late now to save Millwall?
Barely 6,000 fans at Fratton Park. Those who stayed away missed a thriller. Portsmouth took the lead in the 15th minute. Precky's free kick neatly headed in by Jerry Craney. Millwall level 10 minutes before half-time. David Oldfield curling a low shot past Alan Knight. The second half was only 4 minutes old when Paul Hall's determination set up Craney to put Pompey back in front. The striker's 20th goal of the season. Precky almost got a third, but Casey Keller somehow tipped his shot over. Millwall were then awarded a penalty after Alex Ray was brought down by Alan Knight. Ray took the spot kick himself, but Knight produced a brilliant one-handed save, injuring himself in the process. It's been a difficult last couple of weeks for the keeper, but this save could prove vital to Portsmouth's Division 1 survival. And they made sure of victory when Craney's low cross was converted by Hall. Millwall's late goal from Tony Witter was academic. It was Pompey's night. Final score, Portsmouth 3, Millwall 2.
Against Bolton, Mark Kennedy played his final game before a £2 million move to Liverpool.
Playing it around quite nicely, Bolton, but Millwall chasing hard, trying to give them no time and hurry them into misplaced passes like that. Oh, that was an opening. Oh, for Kennedy's away, a mistake by Stubbs of all people. Could he have gone on a step or two, but that was a good opening for Millwall and a bad error for Bolton. Snakers now. Could leave him a little bit open up here, though. They're getting back in numbers with Snakers making a good run. No foul, and here's McGinley. Good block. Or was it a bad piece of play? McGinley's still in there. And they've saved it again, and it's gone over. Amazing. They should have let that in. Here come Bolton again. Here's Thompson. And now here's McGinley. Oh, great goal. Great goal. Terrific turn. Great shot. And Bolton won up.
A 3-0 defeat in midweek at West Brom made it 4 losses in a row. But the Lions finally bounced back against Tranmere.
He throws it to Beard. Beard can't control. And away come Tranmere, who's John Aldridge can control and slip it in field. Back for Malkin, good save from Keller. Stevens knocks it against Thatcher, and the shot from Irons just clipping the outside of the post. Little chip in from Van Blurk. And there's the goal! Kerry Dixon scores on his Millwall debut. And that was a classic Kerry Dixon goal. Here comes Dixon again. Good header out to Savage. Savage, low cross. There's the shot. And Andy May makes it 2-0. Andy Roberts even. And that was a very well-placed shot. Kerry Dixon part of it. Savage with the cross. He picked his man out. May turning beautifully to just squeeze it past Eric Nixon. Good ball on for Kenworthy. Kenworthy knocks in a good cross, and Tranmere pull one back. Chris Malkin scores the goal. Dixon, Irons. A chance now for Malkin to make it 2-2, and a saving challenge from Thatcher.
I understand Mick's got some money to spend on a striker. I'm hoping that I can add to that and save him spending his money. But I mean, we'll see. Let's get to that mid-table position, or even have a nice run to the end of the season, and see Millwall push up and finish very high.
I think if you look back to November when we were third, fourth, bottom of the table, and if we would have been beaten we might have gone bottom, then I think mid-table respectability is not a bad thing. I'm not happy with it. I would like to be in the top 3 or 4. I'd like to be top of the table, of course I would. But that's not to be this season, and we want to win as many games as possible now, and just give the fans something to grab hold of for pre-season. Say, well, yeah, look, we've had a good finish, we might have a good year next year, and at least give them something to shout about for next season.
Obviously, Mark Kennedy sailed. This is the first home game since then. I think the crowd were, fairly accepting of it, were they?
We won. We might have seen a different story if we'd have lost. They're disappointed, I'm disappointed. It's a fact of life down here, unfortunately, that we're going to have to sell players because of financial reasons. I know the stories about us doing it because we had 3 left-sided players. There's a bit of truth in that, an element of truth in that. But you know, the financial implications, if I can say it, the financial implications of the club are that we'll always have to sell our players because we don't get crowds in to sustain the wage bill and the club. Now I feel sorry for the 6,000-7,000 that turn up regularly. They get the rough end of the stick because they actually come and watch us, and then they see their best players leave. There's nothing I can do about it. I don't like it, but if we have to sell one, then we'll just crack on and find somebody else and get on with the job.
It is catch-22, isn't it? Because if the stadium was full every week, then you wouldn't have to sell the players.
That's right, but you know, when I say that, the supporters that turn up seem to think I'm having a go at them, and I'm not. I'm just stating a fact. The old strange but true facts of life, you know. The stadium's not full, we can't keep him. Now, Mark Kennedy wasn't the highest paid player at the club. It wasn't that we had to sell him for that reason, but he's the only one that we had a bid for. And at £2 million, you know, it's good business for the club. Long term, maybe not good business because we've lost one of our best young players, but the club's bigger than any one person. It's bigger than me, bigger than the chairman, it's bigger than Mark Kennedy. And when we've all gone, I hope this place is still here and the 6,000 or 7,000 are still coming.
March had started and ended with a win, but 4 stunning defeats in between meant Millwall was still toiling in 13th place in the Ensley League. At Burnley, the Lions landed their first league win of the year away from home.
Beresford. It's like that's going to Andy May. It does to Savage. Savage gives it him back. And Savage once again for Millwall. Overlapping full-back is Beard. Chooses to go inside. Oldfield's effort. Oh, and a good effort too. And it's a goal for Millwall. It's David Oldfield right against a run of play once again on 37 minutes.
The fans now being able to get a little bit unhappy at the way things are going.
A missed challenge from Jamie Hoyland there sets out the number 11, Jason Van Blurk. Pulled in, 2-0. Oldfield gets his second. Van Blurk did well on the byline. Oldfield to Van Blurk, and this could be dangerous again as they're queuing up for shooting. Roberts' has shot blocked by Wayne Stanley. Thompson is hurried off the ball by Roberts, and Burnley have a free kick this time. Randall's still going down that left-hand side. Plays it in for Ayres, right across, it's a goal! And that is Paul Shaw, who pulls one back for Burnley.
A very, very skillful player indeed, as the ball's knocked forward by Dean Glover. Foyle again with a touch. Comes out onto this near side. Looked like possibly a push there by Ben Thatcher on Tony Naylor, so it'll be a throw to Port Vale, and I'll hand you over now to your commentator for the night, Chris Raystrick.
Thanks, Dino. Blame it on British Rail as usual, and humble apologies. But thanks to Dino, I owe him a pint, which is what I could do with myself, having run all the way from New Cross in the absence of any taxis. This after the marathon. Anyway, here's the free kick into the box. It goes, and Port Vale have scored straight from the free kick. Robbie van der Laan got on the end of it, and to be fair, there was no real cover on him. Tell you what, I could see there being a few goals in this game, and I hope that's not the kiss of death. And this man is causing a few problems, isn't he? That's another good cross. Foyle just missed the glancing header. Witter maybe just was a bit naughty then as he hit the deck. Witter, in the meantime, Beckford rather, as he tried to break, was surely fouled, and Foyle's found a way forward. It's 2-0, and that has got to be a controversial goal. Surely Jason Beckford was fouled back in the midfield. Not such a packed press box today. But here is goal number 3 for Vale, possibly. It is. And that is pretty much that for Millwall, unless they can really fight back. Ian Bogey, who else has got on the score sheet. And how now can Millwall respond to that killer blow? In for Oldfield. Roberts pumps it forward. Now then, can Dixon get on the end of it? forcing his way forward. Oh, a great shot and a great save. The keeper was going the wrong way. Paul Musselwhite just clawed it away for a corner, and Kerry Dixon says, well, what have I got to do to score? He's worked so hard. Cleared by Vale, Van der Laan, bundled off the ball by Roberts, who finds Oldfield, who gives him it back into the edge of the box, and a good interchange of passes there, and it's in the back of the net. David Oldfield collecting from Kerry Dixon, and Oldfield goes first to congratulate Dixon. He knows that Dixon's hard work has created innumerable chances, and that was a credit to, at last, some crisp passing from Millwall that Port Vale have been showing. And Pedersen, McCleary, of course, ex-Millwall, Sturgis, his first game since Boxing Day, Paul Linger, his first start for Charlton, he's been sub 14 times, Rufus, Barmer, Mortimer, Leeburn, Pardew, Grant and Robinson, and here come Millwall, an early chance, it's in the back of the net, and that is a stunning strike for Millwall. You could not get a better start, and Lee McRobert on his full debut blasts the ball home. What a fairy tale, he can't believe he's done it. Well, he has, and that alone has got to be worth the 20 grand paid to Sittingbourne. McRoberts blasting it home, and the keeper had absolutely no chance. What a great start, just 2 minutes in. Getting through the rest of the season unscathed, and that's a good corner, it's in the net! Charlton have equalised, and Millwall failed to deal with it. And here comes the free kick. Little back flick for Roberts. Webber beaten by Leeburn, that's a cracking shot! Oh, that is incredible! Ben Thatcher has scored one of the best goals ever seen in this ground. Oh, and they're lining up to congratulate him. Leeburn's header, and how far out was Ben Thatcher? 30 yards? That will sell the video, all right. Oldfield, and a good ball from Alex Ray to Ben Thatcher. Now he's got time and space. Robinson comes across. That's a good ball in, and that's a great goal for Kerry Dixon. Well, Ben Thatcher now must be the contender for man of the match. He played the ball in superbly. He picked his spot, and what a superb little flick from Kerry Dixon.
Well, I didn't, think I'd be playing today. I thought, because like Mick was saying in training just yesterday that I wasn't fit, and I thought fair enough. So I just turned up thinking, no, I won't be in I'll be in the squad, but not starting.
Yeah.
When he said I was starting, just the G-up I needed.
So he actually said you weren't fit on Friday?
Yes, they said I wasn't fit because we had a 5-side yesterday, and I was shattered. I was gone. We was only playing it for about 10 minutes, and I was just knackered.
So was that psychology, or did he just change his mind overnight?
He must have just changed his mind. I mean, there's a few injuries, and I've been playing on the right side in the reserves last game, so maybe because Dave saved his injury, maybe he just wanted to try me there, and hopefully I've repaid him.
How do you find it on the right? Because obviously you're left-footed.
I don't mind actually, because obviously I've got the option. I can cut inside, or if not, hopefully my right foot's strong enough to at least get half a cross in for someone to get on the end of.
Well, you got the goal. It wouldn't have mattered what you'd done after that, having scored against Charlton. Was it a surprise to you to score, especially so early?
Definitely was. The first thing I wanted to do was just get the fans on my side. Once that was out of the way, I think confidence just come to me naturally. I just wanted to win the fans, straight away. I didn't want to have a bad game and think, oh no, I've had a bad game, I'm not going to get another game. But hopefully I'm just going to kick on from here now.
Ben Thatcher nearly overshadowed you, of course, with his cracking goal.
I think he did. His goal was a lot better, it really was. Which disappointed me, really. I wanted it to stay 1-0, yeah. And I wanted to go to the limelight, but Ben scored a cracking goal, so you can't take that away from him. It was brilliant.
The
It is just 5 minutes from half-time as Andy May clips one in. Here's a chance for Dixon, and he's thwarted as well. Unlucky, he saw the opening there. And straight away to the other half of the field, it's Hessenthaler on the charge, and he's going to get into the area. Two in the middle. Surely now here's a great chance on his debut for Pitcher. A debut goal for Jack Pitcher.
The midweek stalemate with Notts County was a match the men from Meadow Lane had to win to keep alive a remote chance of First Division survival. And they almost took the lead. Casey Keller's fine save denied Devon White. But it was Millwall who should have claimed all 3 points. The Lions had their chances, but it was another story of missed opportunity at the New Den. Alex Ray with a shot wide on this occasion. Mick McCarthy's men failed to break the stalemate. The result, a disappointing goalless draw.
15 minutes to go. Savage with the free kick, and it's gone in. Webber, who got the final touch, and Millwall are in the lead, and those 50 or so fans do have 100 or so fans do have something to cheer about now.
With only 2 matches remaining, it was now a question of pride for the Lions. The final away match of the season turned out to be a 7-goal thriller. A real seesaw contest began with Stoke taking a 14th minute lead when Keith Scott opened the scoring. 7 minutes later, the Lions were back on level terms. A good build-up by Millwall, and Kerry Dixon made it all square. With 21 minutes gone, it was 1 goal apiece. 6 minutes before half-time, the home side regained the lead when man of the match Nigel Gleghorn made it 2-1. Millwall punished for a sloppy piece of defending, but the first half drama was not over. Right on the stroke of half-time, Millwall were back on level terms once again when Damien Webber headed home. Five minutes after the restart, Millwall took the lead for the first time when they punished poor defending. David Oldfield rounded off a cross by Dixon to make it 3-2 to the Lions. There was still plenty of time left, and it was hard to see an end to the goal scoring. Sadly for Millwall, it was the home side who struck next when Gleghorn's shot was deflected home to set up a grandstand finish. That made it 3-3 and anyone's game. The drama appeared to be over when 35 minutes passed without a goal, but then in the very last minute came a cruel blow that left Millwall empty-handed. Kevin Keane with the winner. Stoke had claimed victory by 4-3. The final match of the season was at home to Bristol City.
Allison and Witter chase. Witter's always going to get there first. And down the right move, Millwall. That's a good low cross. It must be a goal. It is. Kerry Dixon signs off with a goal. Will that help to earn him a contract? Well, a lot of hard work down that right-hand side. And when the cross came in from Beard, there was Dixon to do what he does best. Headed on by Van Bleuk, but nobody's in the middle, and it's high into the air from Richard Dryden. Witter's header, but Allison can equalise! Yes! What a good goal from him, and he's caused problems all afternoon.
The final draw against Bristol City meant Millwall completed the season in the top half of the First Division. But this was a campaign memorable for 3 superb cup victories. Giant-killing exploits against Arsenal, Chelsea and Nottingham Forest made 94-95 a season to remember.